Baby. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, commission, compensation. What is the difference? Hi, everybody. Dana Sparks and Sema Sparks. Here I am, the broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors. And today's video, just want to talk to you a little bit about compensation versus commission. The Georgia Association of Realtors contract package has changed that verbiage in their mid-year revisions in July. And if you are watching or listening or reading anything about what is going on lately in our industry, you will now see compensation all over the place rather than the word commission. So let's talk about it, just so you have a better understanding of what it is and what's going on. So it has to do with how a real estate agent gets paid. So how does a real estate agent get paid? Well, a real estate agent gets paid from their broker based upon the terms of the independent contractor agreement that the agent signed with their broker. In Georgia, you cannot practice real estate on your own. You can't be a rogue agent, so to speak, or a sole agent or sole practitioner. You have to have your license held by a qualifying broker of a real estate firm that is recognized by the Georgia Real Estate Commission. So the firm has to be recognized by GREC, and that firm has to register a qualifying broker with GREC. So every agent is an affiliated licensee with a broker with a firm recognized by GREC. Now there are some firms with only one agent, their own qualifying broker, but nevertheless, you cannot practice, and you have to have a real estate license issued to you by the state through our regulatory body, which is the Georgia Real Estate Commission. And this information is all public knowledge. You can go to GREC's website and search under the information tab, verify a licensee, and it's all public knowledge. Anyone can look up a licensee and see what firm they're affiliated with and if their license is active, inactive, lapsed, so forth and so on. So, first of all, you can't practice on your own. You practice with a broker. You are an affiliated licensee affiliated with your broker. All contracts, listing agreements, buyer agreements, purchase and sale agreements, they all are broker contracts. Therefore, any money that is earned for a real estate transaction is earned in the name of the broker. So the agent does the work, has the relationships, negotiates the contracts, does all the searching, the marketing, so forth and so on, but it's all done in the name of the broker. The contract closes, the money goes to the broker, and then the broker pays the agent. So now let's talk about commission versus compensation. Well, in real estate, or just, I guess, anything, commission, baby girl, commission is what somebody pays you for the job they hire you to do. So if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I want you to help me buy a house," and they sign an agreement for to pay you for that job of your professional services and everything that is involved, the whole process involved in buying a house, what they would pay you is commission. They are the ones that hired you. They are the ones that signed a document to help them buy a house, to help them sell a house, land, commercial, rent, so forth and so on. However, in our industry, there is compensation is what you get paid for doing the job, for completing the job. So a broker gets paid for doing that job, not only from the people that have signed a document hiring them for that job, but they also get paid from another party potentially within the transaction. So a seller's agent or broker, again, it's all broker money, and then the agent gets paid from the broker. But basically, the seller side of the deal, the seller's broker, gets paid, generally speaking, only one way, from the seller, from the public seller. A buyer's broker, however, how does a buyer's broker get paid? There are three ways. Generally, a buyer's broker gets paid. They get paid directly from the buyer who hired them for the job. Or a buyer's broker can get paid from the seller's broker, from the listing broker, for being the other half of the deal and putting the deal together. The listing broker can also pay the buyer's broker for the job. Or the seller can pay the buyer's broker directly for that job and consummating in a transaction, a closing, where a property exchanges hands, the title changes from one party to another party in exchange for money. So a buyer's broker, the money that a buyer's broker gets for completing that job, the compensation they get may not be directly from the person, the buyer that signed the paperwork. It could be from the buyer, it could be from the listing broker, it could be from the seller, or any combination thereof. Therefore, the money that a broker gets for the job from a party in the transaction that is not necessarily the party that signed a document hiring them is compensation. So, for example, let's just say a buyer hired an agent. They're now working with the broker. They go find a property to sell, and they end up getting paid a portion from the buyer and a portion from the seller. Then, technically speaking, the portion they get from the buyer would be their commission, and the part they get from the seller would be compensation. But it gets too confusing and too technical, and therefore, bottom line is that is why all of the documents in Georgia as of July, and if they didn't get them all, I would bet they will probably change them in the January release of the contract package. But that's why you're hearing the term compensation rather than commission, because pay that we get as brokers, as agents, is from various parties within a transaction. So it is compensation for the job in whole, regardless of who signed an agreement to hire an agent or a broker to do the job. Also, just as a practice note, agents, whenever you are addressing compensation in a contract, make sure that it is broker compensation, not agent compensation. For example, if a seller is offering a broker bonus, then it's a broker bonus, not an agent bonus. But you guys already know that. Thank you so much for watching. Dana Sparks and Sema Sparks, satisfying your needs with service, innovation, and education. Bye. If you like that video, check out the one here. If you like the content on this entire channel, please click here to subscribe. I try to take even the most complicated of real estate situations and make them crystal clear. See what I did there? Real estate made crystal clear. Thank you guys so much for watching.